Me and my mom and my brothers, we were always in and out of shelters, changing schools all the time. And it just made me feel like, why us? I always had to switch out friends because I never got a chance to actually have a childhood. Me and my mom had an up and down relationship a lot. She was loving at one point, but then sometimes she would yell at me, scream at me. I remember my mom meeting my sister's father when we were living in the shelter. My mom had got pregnant, she had gotten to a new apartment, and he moved in with us. He was very abusive. One day my mom, she got into an argument with my sister's father, and he beat her. And I grabbed my brothers and we sat in the closet and we were crying and crying. And I kept praying to God, I want him to go away. So when I was 11 years old, my mom put me in foster care, and I was in foster care for about 5-6 years. And then she took me back. I was only living with her for about 5 months. And then she put me back into foster care, and I ended up being in a group home. Once I graduated high school, they offered to pay my college tuition for me to go away for college. And I took the opportunity and I went away. I dormed at Queens College for a little while, and I studied psychology while I was there. And then when I had turned 21, they had offered me an apartment. I didn't get a chance to finish school because once I had got the apartment, I wasn't in foster care anymore, and they didn't help me with my tuition. I had to get myself a job. I was working at Victoria's Secret. Then I had got pregnant, and I lost my job because of the pandemic. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to support this baby. I ended up joining a Mommy and Me program. Then there was a flyer for First Step.
First Step is a holistic job training program for homeless and low-income women. We support women from the inside out. We help them develop the skills that they need to succeed in the workplace. In March of 2020, in response to the pandemic, First Step was forced to pause the program. We spent that time revamping our entire curriculum to transition to a virtual format and to help women prepare for careers in human services. In July of 2020, we held our first virtual class.
I was taking classes Monday through Friday, from morning to noon. I loved it. We were meeting with women, different women every day, and we were also giving each other advice.
Monica instantly connected with the other students in the class and demonstrated the warmth and compassion needed to excel in the human services field.
There were a lot of different workshops that we were learning from. One of the workshops that they had was doing proper interviews.
Monica and I spent a lot of time focusing on confidence building and empowerment. We also talked about her professionalism, as well as stabilizing her childcare and some of her housing needs.
During the time that I was in the program, I was also having issues with my daughter's father. He was being very abusive, and he was neglecting me and my daughter. There were times that after the meeting, Catherine would meet virtually by myself, and she would speak to me, and she would ask me what's going on at home, and I would tell her, and I would just break down crying to her, and she felt for me.
She was receiving threats from a former partner, and she was very fearful, and so we wanted to arrange a transfer to a new location where her and her daughter could feel safe.
It brought me back memories of when my mom used to have situations like this, and I wouldn't want that for my daughter. I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up feeling the way I used to feel when I was younger. So I had to remove myself from that situation.
What impresses me most about Monica is her resilience as well as her positive attitude despite whatever challenges come her way.
So when I graduated the First Step program, Katie offered to help me with my resume. And then from there, I had got an interview with a school. The interview went so well. They gave me a job.
When Monica got the job, she called me right away and she was over the moon. She was so proud and excited to take this next step in her life.
Now that I'm a teacher's assistant, all the skills that I've learned from First Step, I took with me, and now I'm able to use it the computer skills, the communication skills, the interviewing skills.
First Step is all about helping women tap into their own intrinsic strengths and develop the confidence that they need to go out there and be successful.
With all she learned in the program, I know that Monica is going to be able to provide the security and stability for her daughter that she so wants to.
I want to give my daughter the world. I want to be the best mother that she deserves. I want to be the best mother that I wish I had. And I know I can give her that because of First Step.